Welcome to English Passage, where English learning comes alive through the power of stories. In today's story-based lesson, we're diving into one of the biggest challenges English learners face: confidently using tenses, present, past, and future in real-life conversations. Tenses are the heartbeat of communication. They tell your listener when something happens right now, in the past, or in the future. But switching between tenses during a conversation? That can feel confusing, especially when grammar rules don't seem to reflect how people actually speak. That's why this lesson goes beyond textbooks and charts. We'll take you on a journey through real-life stories, natural, everyday conversations, practical examples, and guided exercises. You'll discover how native speakers really use tenses, and how you can too. This video is perfect for you if you struggle with tense accuracy when speaking, freeze when switching between tenses, prefer learning through context and stories over memorizing rules. By the end of this lesson, you won't just know how tenses work, you'll feel them, use them naturally, and speak with confidence. Let's begin. Phase 1. Understanding the role of tenses. In this opening phase, we build the foundation by explaining why tenses are essential for clear communication. Before diving into specific forms, learners need to understand how verb tenses act like signposts that guide listeners through time. Tenses are like time markers in English. Just like traffic signs guide drivers safely along the road, tenses help guide listeners through the timeline of a conversation, clarifying whether an action is happening now, has already happened, or is going to happen. Each tense gives the listener essential context and helps prevent misunderstandings. For example, saying I eat versus I ate versus I will eat completely changes the timing and meaning of a message. Without using the right tense, it's easy to confuse your listener or make your message unclear, which is why mastering tenses is so important in spoken and written English. In this phase, you will learn the difference between tense, grammatical structure, and time, the actual moment when something happens. Understand how tenses help structure thoughts clearly and logically. Hear how changing a verb tense shifts the meaning of a sentence. Example story: Sarah walks to school every day. Simple present: Sarah walked to school yesterday. Simple past: Sarah will walk to school tomorrow. Simple future: reflection prompt: what changes in meaning do you notice with each version? How do the verb forms help the listener understand the timeline? Phase 2. The present tense. Speak about now. This phase focuses on the present tense, an essential and foundational element of daily conversation in English. The present tense is what we use to describe things that are always true, things happening right now, or actions that have a connection to the present moment. For example, it helps you talk about daily habits like going to work, actions you're doing as you speak, and things that happened recently but still matter. Present tenses form the backbone of communication when talking about your lifestyle, opinions, routines, and observations. By learning these, you will gain the ability to communicate clearly and confidently about your present reality. We introduce you to present tenses through the character Anna, who walks us through her daily life. Types of present tense. Simple present describes habits, routines, and facts. I wake up at 6 every morning. Present continuous describes actions happening now. I'm drinking coffee right now. Present perfect connects past actions to the present. I have eaten breakfast already. Phase 3. The past tense. Talk about before. The past tense allows you to describe experiences, memories, and events that have already happened, whether recently or long ago. It plays a key role in helping us tell stories, share past achievements, or recall moments that have shaped our lives. This phase introduces you to how past tenses are structured and how they function in natural storytelling. You'll learn to describe completed actions, talk about what was happening over a period of time, and explain what had already occurred before another event. This gives your stories depth and a clear sequence, helping your listener follow along with ease. Mastering past tenses also improves your ability to connect events logically and reflect meaningfully on personal or shared experiences. Now travel back in time with Jacob, who shares his experience from his first job. Types of past tense. Simple past for completed actions. I worked at a small cafe. Past continuous for ongoing actions in the past. I was washing dishes when the power went out. 3. Past perfect for actions that occurred before another past action. I had never used a cash register before that job. We use a timeline diagram to visualize the sequence of events in Jacob's story. Practice tip. Try describing your first school day or a childhood memory using all three past tenses. Phase 4. The future tense. Describe what's coming. The future tense lets you talk about things that are going to happen, whether you're making predictions, setting goals, or planning events. It allows you to express your intentions, share what you expect will happen, and describe plans that have already been arranged. Understanding the future tense is essential for discussing upcoming activities, deadlines, appointments, and long-term visions. You'll also explore how different forms of the future tense, such as will, going to, and present continuous, communicate slightly different meanings based on certainty, immediacy, or prior planning. This deep understanding will help you choose the most natural and accurate form when talking about the future. Meet Mia, who talks about her dreams and travel plans. Ways to express the future. 1. Will, for spontaneous decisions and predictions. I will visit my grandparents next weekend. 2. Going to, for plans and intentions. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. 3. Present continuous, for scheduled future events. I'm meeting my cousin on Friday. Phase 5. Mixing tenses in real life. Real-life communication is dynamic. It constantly shifts between the past, present, and future based on what you're discussing. Unlike textbook exercises that focus on one tense at a time, real conversations often use a mix of tenses within the same sentence or thought. For instance, someone might talk about what they were doing, what they will do later, and how they feel right now, all in a single exchange. This ability to shift between tenses makes English sound more natural and expressive. In this phase, you learn how and why speakers use multiple tenses to add clarity, emotion, and detail. You'll explore real dialogues, break them down, and understand the reasons behind each tense choice. This skill will help you speak more fluently and listen more accurately, making your communication more realistic and effective. Most real conversations use more than one tense. In this phase, we analyze a typical dialogue. I was watching a movie when you called. I'll call you back after I finish dinner. You will identify the different tenses used. Understand how and why tense changes reflect real-time thinking. Learn to shift tenses smoothly and appropriately in conversation. Mindset shift. Instead of memorizing tense rules, begin asking, what time am I talking about? What am I trying to show the listener? Phase 6. Practice with story retelling. Practice is essential when it comes to internalizing tenses and using them fluently in real conversations. This phase is designed to help you move beyond theory and into action. You'll shift from simply recognizing tenses to actively applying them by retelling a short story in various time frames: past, present, and future. This kind of hands-on activity trains your brain to think quickly, logically, and accurately about time. It builds muscle memory and helps you get used to choosing the correct tense based on context, not just grammar rules. Over time, such practice strengthens your mental flexibility, boosts your confidence, and makes fluent, grammatically correct speaking feel natural and automatic. We give you a short story. Daniel studied hard all week. He passed his exam on Friday. Then you retell it in the present. Daniel is studying hard this week. Retell it in the future. Daniel will study hard all week. This helps you become more flexible with grammar. Gain fluency under pressure. Choose tenses based on context, not just memorization. Phase 7. Final review and daily routine. This final phase emphasizes the importance of reflection and building a routine that reinforces what you've learned. Mastering tenses doesn't end with one lesson. It's a continuous process that improves with regular, focused practice. This section guides you in reviewing your progress, recognizing areas where you can improve, and setting up a simple yet effective daily practice routine. The goal is to make tense usage second nature so that you don't have to pause and think every time you form a sentence. Just 10 minutes of daily storytelling or tense rewriting can turn your grammar knowledge into fluent, confident communication. By committing to this habit, you'll gradually shift from consciously applying rules to using tenses naturally in real conversations. Let's consolidate everything. Quick recap. 1. Present tense, now, habits, and recent experiences. 2. Past tense, finished actions and past stories. 3. Future tense, plans, intentions, and predictions. 4. Mixed tenses, real-life conversations reflect real-time thinking. Your 10-minute daily tense practice. Listen to a short conversation or story. Identify all the tenses used. Rewrite or retell it using different tenses. This consistent habit builds your natural use of tenses and strengthens your confidence. Challenge: choose a personal story and tell it in past, present, and future tenses. Record yourself to check your clarity. Thank you for watching today's lesson here on English Passage, where English comes alive through the power of storytelling. Today, you didn't just learn grammar, you experienced it in action through real stories, natural dialogue, and practical exercises. That's the heart of true learning. The more you listen, speak, and retell what you've learned, the more naturally fluency will grow. So take time to revisit this lesson. Repeat the key sentences. Try telling today's stories in your own words and your own voice. If this video helped you, please give it a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next story-based lesson. And in the comments below, tell me, what part of today's lesson helped you most? Did you try retelling the story in a new tense? Share your version. I'd love to read it. Until next time, keep listening, keep practicing, and keep building your fluency one story, one step, one passage at a time. See you in the next story. Jai Hind. Vande Matram.